I was able to get a hold of the press notes for this movie, and it helped me come up with my own little theory as to what's truly going on. What if the data center isn't here to save Eddington? What if it's actually here to replace its memory? Let's dive in. Alright, so imagine if Midsummer, No Country for Old Men, and Joker had a baby in the middle of a COVID lockdown. That's Eddington. And this trailer didn't just preview an upcoming movie, it dropped a deep message. This movie looks like a modern pandemic-era western, but that's just the bait. This is Ari Aster's most ambitious film yet. It's a political thriller, a dark comedy, and honestly a psychological gut punch all rolled into one. So Joaquin Phoenix plays Sheriff Joe. He's a man who's slowly losing control of his town, his home, and maybe even his grip on reality as conspiracy theories, cult leaders, and a quiet digital takeover rip Eddington apart from the inside. But here's the thing, this isn't just his breakdown. The whole town is spiraling. Everyone's paranoid, everyone's watching each other, and no one really knows what's true anymore. It starts off feeling pretty political, and then it gets weirdly personal. Joe's not trying to catch a killer, he's actually trying to figure out what the hell is actually happening in a town where the truth is glitching by the minute. Emma Stone plays Louise. She's a woman trapped with her past, her mother, and the internet. And she starts obsessing over Vernon Peake, played by Austin Butler, in a terrifyingly magnetic turn. Peake is a cult leader born online. So this entire movie was actually shot in a real town called Truth or Consequences in New Mexico. I had no idea this place even existed. This movie looks like a western, but instead of tumbleweed and six shooters, the villain is actually an AI data center. I was able to get a hold of the press notes for this movie, and it helped me come up with my own little theory as to what's truly going on. What if the data center isn't here to save Eddington? What if it's actually here to replace its memory? To train future models on human breakdown? The chaos becomes training data, right? Just like we feed AI millions of images to learn faces, we could be feeding it millions of micro decisions in crisis. Who fights? Who folds? Who radicalizes? Who unplugs? And in this case, Eddington isn't a setting. It's a stress test, and the goal? Perfect behavioral prediction at scale. What if the system doesn't intervene because its job isn't to save us, but to learn how we fall apart? But the real chaos kicks in when politics, race, and identity start crashing into each other hard. Sheriff Joe's not just trying to hold it together, he's running for mayor against Ted, played by Pedro Pascal, while quietly grooming two deputies to take his place, one white, one black. It's a setup that's already tense, but then the outside world starts bleeding in. And as the country erupts with protests, outrage, and identity wars, Eddington turns into a pressure cooker. And it's the kind where no one really knows who's on whose side. Power shifts, alliances break, and the whole town starts eating itself from the inside out. So why does Eddington matter? Because it's not just a story about a town, it's a story about us, the systems we can't see, the distractions that keep us numb, the cults we willingly join, and really the uncomfortable truth that maybe we like the chaos. Alright, I gotta hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think the AI data center actually represents? Drop it down in the comments. We get weird and dive deep around here, and if you're into that, hit subscribe, and I'll see you after the credits.